do whatever we have to do at night. So they were like, "Hi, cool." So it was a plan. It was a vibe. So we were like, okay, let's go and smoke this joint. So there's 5 of us, 1 joint, right? All these years, I never ever thought that I would get caught smoking weed. Alright, what's the video, YouTube? Yo, it is ZhiggyGotRacks right here, and today's video is gonna be a story time. Today's story time, I think I'm gonna title this whole video, the time I got high at school and got caught, something along those lines. But whatever I do title the story time, it's gonna revolve around the time I got high at school and got caught. Please leave a like on this video, subscribe, share this video, leave a comment down below. And I'm active. I do reply to my comments, and there was someone that asked me to marry them, and we had a whole blown conversation. So I do reply to comments, guys. Don't be afraid to leave a comment, and don't be afraid to leave a like. If you did not like this video, you can leave a dislike. But anyways, let's get into the video. Alright, so I hope you guys don't mind me eating chocolate. This is my favorite chocolate ever. It's my favorite. If you guys want to make my day, just buy me 2 of these and I'm good to go. Alright, so anyways, what happened? No, wait, actually, I'm going to have to rename my friends. I'm so sorry. I can't say their real names, right? And also the thing is, we are no longer friends. So I don't know how they would feel if I had to say their real names on camera and post it on YouTube. So I'm just gonna have to rename them. To the first letter on their name, right? So there was 4 of them. It was B, T, L, and S, and then me, right? So there was 5 of us and there's 1 joint. This is what happened. So I don't know about other schools or about you guys, but if you're a drama student, right, and you guys have to do your practicals, you guys always do your practicals at night. So that's what happened. B, T, L, and S were drama students, and I wasn't a drama student. I didn't do drama at all. I suck at acting, so I didn't do drama. So these 4 had their finals, right? They had to do their final practical exam, and it was late night, and I was a boarder. If you guys haven't seen my story time about me smashing my cousin, I think I did mention that I was a boarder. So I'm gonna leave the link to the description down below so you guys can understand me a little bit better. So anyways, I was a boarder, and these 4 had an exam, so they had to stay at school. During the day, we were planning what we were gonna do. So they were telling me that their parents were gonna pick them up at like 8 o'clock. I think 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. And I was like, alright, cool, because I stayed in the boarding house. So I was like, alright, cool, it doesn't matter, you guys can leave it at whatever time, because I'm always here at school and we can do whatever we have to do at night. So they were like, hi, cool. So it was a plan. It was a vibe. So we were like, okay, let's go. So we are all on board at this point. So fast forward to the nighttime. The nighttime comes and arrives, and then these people were still busy with their practicals. So they were busy performing and stuff, and I was just waiting for them to finish. So eventually these people finish, and it's around about I think it was around about 6:30 at night, I'm not sure, whatever time it was, and they finish. So not all of them were done. There were still other drama students performing. So they were like, okay, since other students are performing and teachers are all in the hall and stuff like that, let's go and smoke this joint. So there's 5 of us, 1 joint, right? And we went. I went with them. We went and then we were trying to look for a spot. Now my school was a really small school in terms of space. Like everything was just, you know, together. Like primary school was here, high school was there, and like everything was just like, you know, close by. So there were corners, but the corners were like, they had cameras basically. So the corners were secured. They had cameras, so they would catch us. And these cameras at night, they would have this night vision thing going on, so they would catch us. And also the drivers, the people who would drive us to sporting events and stuff like that, they also lived at school. And some of the cleaners that, you know, clean the school, look after the school, also used to live at school. So it was kind of hard for us to find a spot for us to, you know, hit a joint and stuff like that. And plus, you know, weed has this stench, like it has the smell, and they would catch us, obviously. So we were like, okay, cool, let's just look for spots. And then I think they said after 20 minutes they had to go back, and they had to do something. I forgot what they had to do. So they're like, so long, since they have time, let's just go look for a spot. So we going. We're on a mission looking for a spot. And then finally we got a spot, right? So this spot was like, it was a staircase. And underneath the staircase was like this little storage room. They didn't close the door, so we thought that it's our lucky day, you know, God is with us and stuff like that. Maybe they forgot to close the door. That wasn't the reason why the door wasn't closed. But anyways, before I do get into that, so I have to take us step by step anyway. So that wasn't the reason why the door wasn't closed. So we are like, hi, cool. So we hyped, we happy and stuff. So we go back to the hall where they were acting and doing their drama practicals. So they started doing whatever they were doing, and then after that they were like, okay, cool, we done, let's go. And then we went to that spot where we found where there was a staircase and that small storage room. So we went to the small storage room, and it was still open. So we were like, okay, cool, let's all get in. And we happy, dog. Like, we happy that we found a spot, because it was so hard to find a spot in my school. And my school was a Catholic private school, so it was like, you know, it was strict. So like people, they were just strict with us. Like you were free, but you weren't like that free, you know. You didn't have so much movement and stuff. So we were happy that we found a spot, and we went to the storage room. When we got into the storage room, I was the last one to get in, and I heard something. So it was the staircase storage room, and then there was the pre-primary school. But this pre-primary school isn't in connection with our school. It's just a pre-primary school that our school created for the less fortunate, if you guys get what I'm saying. So the kids who are less fortunate would go to that school to go study and stuff, and hopefully get a scholarship to get into our school. So there was some type of noise coming from that side, from that pre-primary school. So I was like, guys, there's something happening in the pre-primary school, and normally there's no one that's there at night, you know, it's just closed and stuff. So I'm like, guys, there's someone in there. And they were like, nah, dog, you paranoid, whatever. So one of my friends also heard it, and she was like, no, guys, she's telling the truth, there is someone in there. And then we had to wait, but we couldn't see who it was. And also, like, it was dark, we couldn't see who it was. We couldn't even see, you know, a figure there. Like, it was just too dark, we couldn't see anything. So we're like, alright, cool, there's nobody. So we got in, right? As we got in, they handed me the joint so I could light the joint up. So I obviously lighting the joint up. I'm lighting the joint up, you know, I'm there like and at this point I'm getting a high, because I think I took about 3 pulls and I had to pass it around because there was only one joint and like there was 5 of us. So I took the most pulls, and that joint was tiny, it was little, dog. And so I took like about 3 pulls and then I passed it around. So at this point, the joint got to me, it got to S, it got to L, and now it's about to get to B. As the joint gets to B, so how can I put this? I'm trying to make you guys imagine this storage room. So it's the door, you get in, you turn left, and as you turn left, like there's another space there, you can see more space. So I was there in that space. So obviously when you turn left, there's a wall here, so if someone opens the door, no one can see who's behind the wall. So I was behind that wall, and then S and T were like literally by the door, like you could see them. Like if you opened the door, you could see them because like they were against the end wall, and then we were me, B and L, we were like right behind the wall, right? So the joint is about to get to B. As the joint gets to B, we heard the door open, and as the door opened, we could see B and T panicking, and they were hiding themselves. So like literally they took the blazer and they were hiding themselves. They were panicking, and they threw the joint to us, and they were panicking. So we were wondering, why are these people panicking? Because there's a wall and we can't see anything, but we can see that there's a little bit of light coming through. So we thought that no, maybe the wind, opened the door or something like that. So as the door opens, all I hear was some lady saying, I caught you guys. Like she's like telling us that, yeah, I caught you guys. She knew that we were gonna do something stupid and stuff like that. She was just telling us a whole lot of stories. But because I was high, I heard so many voices. I heard a lady, I heard a man, I heard so many things. I just heard so many things happening. And I was extremely high, and I was laughing. Like she was shouting at us, and I was laughing because I was high. Do you understand? So she opens the door. She's like, yeah, I caught you guys. I knew you guys want to do this and stuff like that. So everybody else is afraid, and I am dead. Like I am laughing. Like I'm, I don't know, I'm in my happiest place at this point. I don't even care about this lady that she caught us. Everybody cares about her and stuff like that. So eventually the lady was like, you know what, you guys can hide yourself. But at the end of the day, I saw you guys, because when you guys were waiting to see who it was in the primary school, I was actually she was behind the sliding door of one of the buildings in that primary school, so she could see everybody. She could recognize our faces, and she also recognized my face because I'm in the boarding house and she does the laundry in the boarding house. So I was like, damn, that's when I was like, damn, I'm in trouble. She knows who I am. And then she closed the door and she was like, no, you guys can hide yourself. I don't care. I saw you guys. Then she closed the door. So as she closed the door, everybody's like just quiet, and we sat there for a moment trying to think what next, what to do, where to go and stuff. So we were like, alright guys, let's just stop and get out. So we stopped, we switched off the thing, threw it away, and we opened the door. As we opened the door, one of us, which is B, came up with a suggestion that let's just go to the lady and apologize. Maybe she won't go tell on us. So as we're going to go apologize to this lady, B is like, B started making up a story of our parents don't care about us. They left us all in the boarding house, and we don't have attention because when we get to the boarding house, she was saying some crap, right? Like I was finished. Like she was just telling her about how people don't care about us, and we do all of this for attention so someone can look at us and love us. And then that woman was just like, that woman bought that whole story, and she felt so sorry for us, and she's like, no, she's not gonna tell anyone about it, but we must never ever do it again. And then we all wanted to give her a hug, but then she didn't want to hug us because we smelled like weed. And it was actually really, really funny. It was funny for me. It was funny. All these years, I never ever thought that I would get caught smoking weed. I know that, you know, you one day somehow you will get caught and stuff, but I never ever thought that I would get caught smoking weed. And it was so funny the way I got caught smoking weed. But yeah, man, if you guys did like the story time, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below. And if you guys want more story times, just tell me, man, so I can tell you, because I think there were so many events that happened in my life, and I need to share them. I need you guys to hear my stories, you know. And don't forget, in order to make me happy, please send me this. Literally, this is the best chocolate I've ever had. Every single time I have the chocolate, I am so happy. So, you know what to do.